Hoje eu acordei pensando em você, pensando no vazio que você deixou. Acordei e fiz uma canção.
Something I definitely have learned here at IIT really just takes the right people, the right team, and the right plan. So I think that's what you get from the IIT experience, is learning how to create that right team and the right plan. So hopefully tonight you'll see these projects that got the right plan and the right teams together and are inspiring. So eat, drink, and be merry.
Pra mim, que fome. Do futuro que você imaginou, no passado que você não viveu, no passado que você não viveu, no passado que você...
But a good refrain from an innovation or design side always moves it away from here's how the industry works to here's how the user works.
Cadê você? Foto viva, 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 viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, 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 viva. Ritmo do amor. Foto viva, 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 viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, 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 viva. Cadê você? Foto viva, 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 viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, 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 viva. O ritmo do amor no passado.
Today we have almost about 6.5 billion people on the planet, and about 3.5 billion of them are urban. So about half the world is urban today. By 2050, we'll have about 9 billion people, and nearly 7 billion of the people of the world will be living in cities. So what that means is that we're in the middle of a process that started after World War II, massive growth of cities around the world, and we're really in the middle of it. We have another 20 or 30 years to figure out how to build cities in ways that solve our problems rather than building cities that create our problems. What we're doing now in the way we build our cities is creating greater demands on nature, destroying more of nature and natural habitat. We're creating greater exclusion in cities between haves and have-nots. And we're not really designing our cities in a way that are economically robust. So what we suffer now with the subprime crisis is an example of a kind of city building that's very fragile. It works in the best of times and it creates tremendous problems when we have economic downturns. We have a couple of decades to figure out how to build cities in a way that are highly efficient, highly productive. They're much more efficient in the way that we use resources. In fact, create their own resources. So how do we build cities that produce their own energy, that produce their own food? And these are the innovations and, frankly, the design innovations that we have before us as a challenge in the next couple of decades. And I argue that if we get it right, we'll be able to sustain as a species with 9 billion people on this planet. If we get it wrong, we're hitting a brick wall of unsustainability in the kind of city building that we're doing globally.
Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Ritmo do amor. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Que me alegra. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Esse ritmo que emociona. Pra dentro do coração. Cadê você? Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Que balança, balança, balança. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. E ainda não viveu. Foto viva, viva, viva. Foto viva, viva, viva. Esse ritmo que me acalma. Vai levar, 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 levar você.
The best quote of the whole conference for me was Patrick Whitney. He said, "We're moving from an economy of scale to an economy of choice." And that to me is terrific, I think, because right now the way manufacturing works in this country and in the world is very much like how Henry Ford had the original automobile, which is you can have any color you want as long as it's black. And the way we get products today is that this is it. If you don't like it, too bad. And I think that's a very antiquated model. And so if we can move to a point where we can specifically define what we want as individuals, where we have the choice, maybe not complete choice, but more choice than we have now, and that's moving in the right direction.